2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I let it go again. Why did you let it go? Because it bit my finger so. Which finger did it bite? This little finger on my right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I let it go again. Why did you let it go? Because it bit my finger so. Which finger did it bite? This little finger on my right. On your own. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I let it go again. Why did you let it go? Because it bit my finger so. Which finger did it bite? This little finger on my right. Now once, on one cold winter's morning, there was a boy who was standing by the side of a cold, slow-running river. There was snow on the ground and ice in the river, and all he could hear was the sound of the sheep that went bah, 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 bang their way around by the side of the field. They were so cold. And now, the boy didn't know what to do because the sheep sounded so sad. But he was a clever boy, and he raced back into the house and found himself a broom, a brush, and he swept all of the snow to one side and made high walls, and the sheep could rest in between the walls and away from all of the cold winter's wind. But here's the strangest thing. Underneath all of that snow, there was grass. Now the grass, when it wasn't covered with the snow and could be seen by the sun, started to grow taller and stronger. And those sheep, they grew fat and their wool was thick. And there they were eating sweet green grass in the middle of winter. They would chew at the grass and smile at the boy. Oh, thank you. But the grass had grown so long and so sweet that even in the heart of midnight, in the middle of the night, those sheep were still chewing at the grass. They were still, thank you, boy, thank you, boy. But the boy's father had to go out in the middle of the night, and he took his torch and he looked to see where all of the noise was coming from, and he couldn't believe it when he saw the high walls of snow that were protecting the sheep and allowing the grass to grow. Well, I never did, said the boy's father. I wonder who it is who's done all of this, and he didn't have to wait too long to realise that it was his son. His son was a clever boy. To say thank you for getting the sheep to grow so fat and the wool to grow so thick, he gave his son the squarest box of chocolates that you ever did see. Now the boy would sit by the side of the field and he would watch those sheep as they chewed on the grass in the heart of winter. And he would take a chocolate and hold it in his hands, and he would reach it towards his mouth, and he could smell how sweet it was, and he popped it on the tip of his tongue, and it was so sweet. And as he ate the chocolates, the sheep would chew at the grass and, bah, thank you, boy. Thank you, boy. Thank you, boy. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had a dog, E-I-E-I-O, with a woof woof here and a woof woof there, here a woof, there a woof, everywhere a woof woof. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had a cow, E-I-E-I-O, with a moo-moo here and a moo-moo there, here a moo, there a moo, everywhere a moo-moo. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had a pig, E-I-E-I-O, with an oink oink here and an oink oink there, here an oink, there an oink, everywhere an oink oink. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had a sheep, E-I-E-I-O, with a ba-ba here and a ba-ba there, here a ba, there a ba, everywhere a ba-ba. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had a hen, E-I-E-I-O, with a cluck cluck here and a cluck cluck there, here a cluck, there a cluck, everywhere a cluck cluck. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. In the middle of the afternoon, in the middle of the spring, a tall girl with long curly hair and a big smile on her face was feeding the animals. She had an old shirt and she had an old skirt on and a big red clumping boots because she loved to feed the animals. Now, I've got to tell you that all of her friends had gone out swimming and she was supposed to go out swimming too, but she liked to feed the animals. And as she was putting the feed in the troughs for the pigs and the sheep and the cows, she heard something or someone crying. She strained her eyes and looked, and there she could see that there was a very small dinosaur. A dinosaur that was crying. Tears were rolling down its cheeks. It was yelling and screaming and crying, and this girl, who had a good heart, looked at this little dinosaur and picked it up, and she knew exactly what she would have to do. She would have to go and find the policeman. Find the policeman and tell him exactly what she'd seen, and he could give her some advice as to what to do. Well, she went and saw the policeman, and she was a bit worried that the policeman would laugh at her when she said that there's a sad crying dinosaur on my farm. But the strangest thing happened. The policeman turned and said, "Oh yes, I remember when I was a little boy I saw a dinosaur there. You're very lucky. There's only me and you I think have ever seen it." Soon everybody got to hear about this dinosaur. They travelled for miles around. They came from far and near. They drove in their cars to come and look at the dinosaur. But the dinosaur got tired of everyone staring and shouting and screaming and yelling and pointing. "Oh look, there's a dinosaur, there's a dinosaur, can you see the dinosaur? The dinosaur's there." And it also made sure that the girl, everyone knew about the girl. She was known in newspapers, and a girl who lived in the same village, who went to the same school as the tall, curly-haired girl, thought that she would try and take some of the scales from the dinosaur's tail for herself, and then maybe she would become as famous. Just as the girl came closer, a pair of scissors ready to pull some of the dinosaur's scales from off its tail, the girl yelled, "Stop!" And she knew there was something that she would have to do. Everyone would be cross when they tried to come and see the dinosaur, but she knew that his skin was green and the grass was green, and the plants were green, so she hid the dinosaur in amongst all of the green plants. And no one would come anymore, because they couldn't see the dinosaur. Nobody except the girl and the policeman. And as she grew older and taller and turned into a woman, sometimes you would see her by the edge of the farmer's field, and you would just hear the flap of a dinosaur as it took flight and into the air. The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round all day long. While the wipers on the bus go swish, 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 swish. The wipers on the bus go swish, swish, swish all day long. Go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round all day long. On the cold and slippery edges of the tall mountains that were covered with snow, there was a woman with a huge smile on her face and short curly hair. Now, even though the snow was falling and even though there was ice on the ground, she didn't wear a thick or a woolly coat. All she had was a t-shirt on her back, and she would wrap her strong arms around herself and stamp her feet that were covered with the heavy walking boots. She loved to come out into the mountainsides, and on this cold and slippery surface, as she stamped her feet, she looked down and saw that there were some footprints, huge footprints that looked as if they'd come from a dinosaur. And it was as she looked up, she saw that there was indeed a dinosaur beside her. And the dinosaur went, roar! But the dinosaur was only trying to say hello. But a dinosaur's hello sounds too much like a roar. And the woman began to run. And as she ran on the slippery cold surface of the mountain, she slipped and fell over and fell down into a pit. She tried to dig herself out, thinking that if she dug herself out, then maybe she would escape from the terrible dinosaur. But as she dug, she saw that there were all of the creepy crawlies, all of the slimy and slithery things, and then she started to worry that she would be eaten by the dinosaur, the scaly dinosaur, the terrible dinosaur. But then she saw something that took all of the fear away from her, because she saw that each and every one of the dinosaur's claws were covered with welly boots. She tried not to, but looking at a dinosaur, a supposedly scary dinosaur with welly boots on its feet, she went, ah. The dinosaur reached down with one of its arms and pulled her right out of that place. "You're not a terrible dinosaur, are you?" she said. The dinosaur went, "Arr, arr, 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 arr." She looked and said to it, "You know, I think you've got quite a sweet voice. Come with me." She led the dinosaur down the other side of the mountain, and there she hid the dinosaur behind a Christmas tree that was as tall as a house and as wide as a bus. And she brought all of her friends to come to that place while the dinosaur hid behind the tree. "Go on, dinosaur, you stay there, but now you've got to sing." And the dinosaur started to sing. All of her friends said, "Well, it's not the best singing we've heard, but we do like it." Who was singing? She brought them round the back of the tree with their eyes closed, and when they opened their eyes, some of them were frightened, but when the dinosaur started to sing, they knew there was no reason to be scared. And from that time, people would climb to the top of the mountain, and they would listen to the dinosaur sing, and the dinosaur would sing for them as the snow fell all around. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, nod your head. If you're happy and you know it, nod your head. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, nod your head. If you're happy and you know it, stamp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, stamp your feet. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, stamp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, shout we are, we are. If you're happy and you know it, shout we are. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, shout we are. If you're happy and you know it, do all four, clap your hands, nod your head, stamp your feet, we are. If you're happy and you know it, do all four, clap your hands, nod your head, stamp your feet, we are. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, do all four, clap your hands, nod your head, stamp your feet, we are. There was absolutely no way that you could not tell that this boy was sad. His lips were straight across the middle of his face, and he pulled his thin fingers through his straight, short hair and brushed down his new blue t-shirt as he sat on the old train. And that was the trouble. He liked things that were new. His t-shirt was new, his new blue trousers were new, and his brand new blue shoes were incredibly new. And he was sad because all he ever liked were new things. The train was old and he was leaving his house. His house had been the most modern in the street. And now he was travelling on the old train and going to London. This boy might not have known a lot, but he knew that everything in London was old. Everything was old, and he could hear the train as it blew. It blew as it came into the station, and as he looked out of the window, He could see the bright stars in the sky, and the whistle on the train blew again. As it stopped, he could see the churches. He could hear the bells from the churches, the whistle from the train, and even the taxi that he got into. His mother said to him, "Your dad will be waiting for you at our new house." He thought that she knew nothing, because all houses in London were old. But the taxi drove, and as he got closer towards where his mother was getting very excited, he could see a house with a tall tower, a shining tower, a new tower, a bright, gleaming, tall tower. "Yes," said his mum, "that's your tower. You can live in the newest part of this house." Now, the rest of the house might have been old, but the tall, silvery tower was new, and it was going to be his. For the first time in what seemed like ages, he started to smile. He went up to the door, excited to look inside of the room, the new room, the clean room. But before he'd opened up the door, he could hear a scritch, 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 and as he opened up the door, there at his feet was a puppy, a new young dog, a happy, friendly puppy that jumped into his arms, and he held it in his arms, and his mother said, "I know it's late and I know it's dark, but I think that you should get acquainted with your new dog, your new friend in your new house. You need to take it for a walk." The boy took a lead. He wrapped it around that young puppy's neck, and the two of them walked in the garden of the new house, and he looked at the stars and knew that this would be a good life in London, in his new house, with his new room, in his new tower, with his new dog.